Hey, it's Mikey Mike. Hey, we're learning how to foil board. That's right, it's session pretty much number 2, and we're here in Long Beach at Belmont Shores, and we're here early, so nobody's on the beach yet, so we have to do a self-launch, and fortunately the wind's light, so this is not a problem. Just kind of walk upwind a little bit, let the kite fill the air, and make sure your lines aren't tangled, and make sure you got your hand on your quick release in case something bad goes wrong. And take your time. So have to self-launch every once in a while at Long Beach, but usually there's plenty of people here to help launch and land, so make sure you get assistance if people are available. We had a few students on the beach, and that was about it. And the ice cream man rolling down the side there. So a nice smooth launch, and I've already pre-staged my board all the way up the beach past the lifeguard tower, and the winds are about 12 to 15 right now. Not real strong. A little stronger than last time, and this time I made sure I brought the 14 out. Body dragging with the board on the upwind side, and not great for maintaining ground, but we had plenty of. So the wind was a little light, definitely a little light. So I was struggling here just to get going, but it was a pretty good session overall. It's probably a long video, but this is here to help me and maybe some other people struggling to learn how to foil board. Don't forget, I'm 270 pounds, and I'm on the Infinity 76 wing with the Eliminator slingshot board, has tons of flotation, and you can represent that here in a little bit, a few of the clips, because I was just basically standing on the board the whole time with going nowhere, so that was good. So my balance is working a little bit better, but trying to move the kite from side to side and get some kind of momentum. And I'm still kind of just up, but not going anywhere. So no speed yet. And then all of a sudden, you're kind of up, and it's just kind of works that way. And there's quite a few face plants here, so enjoy the fun, enjoy the ride. I know I did. So I missed my foot in the back strap. Now I struggle because I can't get I have to use foot straps in the rear and push the board away, because it's the only way I can get my feet on the board. It's just due to my body and my, being old and have arthritis and back problems and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's hard with the foil board. It's hard to push it away, and especially I only can lift the one foot up. I can't lift both feet up, so I always start with my left foot first. So no matter which direction I'm going. So I'm up and riding and foiling, and I'm getting on foil and still doing a little bit of taxiing. But we're up and down, but I'm moving, and I'm actually kind of going upwind a little bit, which was really surprising. And I'm getting towards the buoy here, my nemesis buoy that I always crash at. And when I was learning, and I made it right past the buoy, and there was a ton of kelp in the water, not a ton, but there were some big kelp patties around, so I was trying to avoid those as well. And here's one coming up, and I was actually able to maneuver around it and still stay on the board, which I couldn't believe that happened. And trying to point the board downwind and just dive the kite and get some more speed. And as soon as you point the board downwind and get speed, just kind of angle upwind a little bit, and it seemed to be working pretty good. Still trying to avoid some of that kelp, and then got a little too high on the foil and face plant. As soon as that foil breaches the water, you're done. Even with a nice, flotation board, and this one definitely has a lot of flotation. So like I said, it's about my second time out really foiling, and after I got my foil set up correctly. And I'm not doing too bad. It's definitely helpful to get a directional board and learn on a directional board, because it's kind of similar in a way. You definitely do have to lean forward. Making it through some traffic here, that was a little tricky, and some kelp patties. But I'm still kind of up, and now down. And the winds were still super light. Today was just a mission to foil board. That was it. And I got out there a couple good times out in the water, and it's definitely a long walk up the beach. So I'm here in Long Beach. I'm way past the lifeguard stand. I'm going down to the back past the lollipop, and I'm going down towards the next set of buoys, which is way down there. And I'm like, you know, this is going to be a long walk, so I better turn around. So I was actually able to go both ways, which was nice. And I'm still up foiling here, and we're doing good one-handed, and I guess that's kind of the trick, right? Just kind of just balance yourself over your board, keep nice and straight. And once you can kind of cut upwind a little bit, you get a little bit of speed, and it makes it a little easier. At least that's what I kind of found. But then again, I found a lot of face plants too, so if you got any tips, make sure you leave them down below. Make sure you comment and you know, kind of share your experience learning foil boarding, if I'm on the right track or not. Somebody mentioned to try to take my foot out of the back strap. I tried that a few times, and it was not working for me, so I just resorted back to at least, you know, get up and foiling, and I'd rather be foiling than crashing. So and I know that helps keep the weight forward, but I was just having too much trouble getting the board on my feet. So here I'm just up, and no, you know, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm still standing up. So this board definitely has a lot of flotation, and I'm literally just working the kite, just trying to get some speed. And I'm pretty much underwater a lot of the time. And there was a few good torpedo ones, you know, the front of the nose just buried in the water, and I just couldn't go anywhere. So, but I was working this pretty hard, just trying to keep forward momentum, I guess you'd call it. It helps keeping that kite high to lift you up, but you definitely have to go shoot it low to, there you go, torpedo one. Trying to get you some speed, right? So I was doing pretty good keeping the board on my feet as well. A lot of times I would crash and just fall back on the water, board would fly. So yeah, plenty of face plants. And here's a beach cam perspective. Kind of got lucky and got a little bit of a foil trip. I was up on the foil, and then a face plant. But hey, I was foiling. That was cool. Beach cam only gets a few you know, opportunities to capture some stuff that I'm doing going by. I only kind of just angle at one spot, and hopefully I catch something. So, and that time I did. It was kind of cool. So here we are up foiling again, one-handed, and trying to work through some waves. There's a little few swells going on, and that's where I had a little problem. And then the nose buried into a wave, and done. And I was trying to like ride, you know, go up and over the wave, which I guess you don't really have to on a foil because it just stays underwater. But you know, your brain says one thing and your body does another thing. So I'm still doing okay. I mean, not too bad. You can see there's water kind of spray, so I was off the foil. Now I'm foiling, and kind of some touch and goes, I guess you'd call it. But I'm moving, which is good. And the foil's underneath me, and it has some lift because we're going pretty slow, and I'm still upright. But yeah, I had quite a few walks today. That was crazy. And here comes the kelp patties, I believe. There it is, and I do some kind of weird maneuver and make it around the kelp patty. I didn't want to crash on the kelp patty, that's for sure, and get all tangled up in that thing. I wasn't too far off the beach, off the shore, but I was getting out there. It's past the buoy line, so. And we're foiling, and we're crashing. So the one thing I noticed is body dragging back to your board. That board, you're chasing that board, definitely. It one or two body drags, and you're then again chasing it. So once again, still learning how to foil board. Still learning how to kiteboard, to tell you the truth. But I figured I'd get out in some, you know, a little bit lighter wind during, you know, early morning session when I still feel good, and was able to try to figure this thing out. I actually took my surfboard out a little bit later in the afternoon. Got a nice run in, and it just seemed so much easier. Oh my gosh, it was nice to just get up and go. And I was working on some turns, and I'm going to try to get a tack in one of these days. I tried it a couple times today, but it didn't all pan out. My jibes aren't doing too bad, but anyway, back to the foiling. Yeah, we're still moving along, doing okay. Sorry about the you know, the kite cam perspective. It gets a little dizzy every once in a while, so. It gives me an opportunity to see if I'm heading upwind, if I'm on foil, and like there, on foil and on faceplant. So actually got to go the other direction. I didn't have to do such a long walk of shame because I was actually able to kite the other direction. And right when I started, it was crazy because I was up and foiling the opposite direction immediately, which I guess that's my better side. But most of the time when you're learning in Long Beach, you're learning one direction until you finally get it. So the other way is completely foreign to you, right? But it seems like that's my favorite side. And I could see the lollipop area, you know, downwind or upwind basically. And I'm like, I gotta get that way. So, but it was all working out. So put my back foot in and push the board away. Do the same thing with my surfboard, and it seems to be working. So. Well, it's working to get my board on my feet, not so much for foiling. Same with my surfboard. I have the same problems. And it's a little harder to put, so once again I have to put my left foot in first, and then on when my back foot is out, or when I'm trying to put my back foot in second, it's hard when pushing against the foil. It was a little tricky. That foil doesn't want to move. It's like a break in the water. Fortunately, when I body drag back to the board, I've been really trying to be careful of not hitting my quick release. And one other big tip is make sure your foot straps, if you're using them, are super loose, because if you can't get your feet out in time, you're going to break an ankle or something. So make sure they're loose or not there at all if you can handle it. So struggles, but a lot. To me, I thought it was a lot better. I felt more comfortable, and it was a lot of fun foil boarding in Long Beach today. I'm heading towards the shore. I can see the lollipop down there, and I'm going closer that direction. That's a positive thing. And I'm foiling. So until I get to the shallow water here and submarine myself. So it's Mikey Mike. Make sure you leave some comments down below. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. All the feedback is definitely welcome. And it's the only way I'm learning here. I kind of watch myself on the video and make sure to see what I'm doing right or wrong. And your feedback really helps, so I appreciate that. So once again, torpedo 1, and we're cutting down faceplant. So, and like I said, hopefully you're not too dizzy with the kite cam perspective, but. All right, this is Mikey Mike from Belmont Shore, kite foiling, session 2. All right, have a good one. Leave some comments. Peace out.